Opinions. Opinions about opinions. Opinions about opinions about opinions. If you've looked through a comment queue following a news story or perhaps a blog posting, and I'm sure you have, probably within the last 24 hours, you'll see that argumentation and persuasion is indeed a difficult art to practice well. As a writing teacher, one of my first concerns on the internet was the sheer proliferation of very, very, very rough thoughts that are not fully thought through or expressed particularly well. And suddenly, wham, it's out there, it's published, it's part of what we're all kind of taking in. And it's not that I think a person has to attain some sort of unrealistic point of achievement before starting to express an opinion, but half-cooked, undercooked, raw opinion or emotion really is not a way to effectively persuade. In our argumentation persuasion unit, we'll be thinking about the things that we care about deeply, the opinions that we have on topics that are indeed debatable, and we'll be using some strategies and some techniques to make us more effective at persuasion. There really is no surefire way to craft an argument, although there are conventions. There are different styles of argumentation. I would encourage you to look up on the free web, on the internet, Toulmin, Toulmin, the Toulmin style of crafting an argument. I would encourage you to look up the work of Carl, that's Carl Rogers, Rogers, on Common Ground, because I think using some elements of Rogers with the carefully crafted Toulmin approach in a unique blend can be effective. But again, it's not just about craft and technique and manipulating an audience. It's about really going deep within ourselves to determine what it is that we care enough about to write and even speak persuasively about it. Unfortunately, sometimes what I see as a teacher, and I do try to discourage it, is opinions that are developed about things that don't necessarily fall close to home. And you'll notice I'm having a little trouble getting the words out on this because I try to be diplomatic with my students. But when we write about issues that we don't have a connection with, even on the borders of our life, in other words, if we think of our life as a circle and everyone we know, interlocking circles, concentric circles, maybe moving out from our family to our street and neighborhood and our community, our city, our state, nation, world. We are on the edge of many, many circles. But sometimes what happens is students choose a topic from way, way out there, way out of the range of the circles of their lives. And then the argumentation doesn't tend to be as effective. I found that choosing a topic close to home usually works best, even if we have to then remove a lot of the I, me, and the my from it. So this has not been my smoothest tape. I had a couple of false starts before I began. It's because I'm so invested in encouraging you to take steps to being an effective communicator and to maybe rethink the way you argue or persuade. Maybe you feel you're really good at that. I asked a student last semester if she ever had made a request and it was accepted. In other words, did she ever get her way when she made a request? And I shouldn't have been astonished by the reaction because my students continuously surprised me and amazed me. But you know what her response was? She goes, Miss Stewart, anytime I ask, I get what I want. And I said, we should study you because you've got it down, whether you've explored the art of persuasion and argumentation or not. You have got it down. So take a look in the Longman Reader if you have it. Take a look in a comment queue or responses to a news story or blog. What are you seeing out there? Effective or ineffective argumentation techniques. I would love to see some of your initial gut reactions on the our discussion board. And I also would encourage you to look up Toulmin, but please don't be intimidated by the Toulmin approach to argumentation. It tends to be very detailed. Open your heart to the message of Carl Rogers and Common Ground, and we'll stop there. Good luck.